Welcome everybody, Mike with Buildium, the platform that lets you control the chaos, sharpen operations, and take on more doors. We are super excited because we've just launched Buildium Marketplace, an ecosystem of proven software solutions that fully integrate with Buildium, helping property managers streamline processes and truly own their data. Today, we're joined by two of our Marketplace partner companies to talk about their software solutions and what it means to be a part of Marketplace. First, let's go around and have everyone introduce themselves. Tell me a little bit about your company and the solution that you provide, and maybe a quick elevator pitch on how it can improve property managers' daily workflows.
Hey everyone, Casey Winter, VP of Partnerships at Obligo. Obligo simplifies the rental experience with best-in-class deposit-free rental program and certified electronic payment processing of move-in payments, all fully integrated in the Buildium Marketplace. Frankly, nobody likes security deposits. And ultimately, our goal is to make renting as simple as checking in and out of a hotel. With Obligo, residents can choose to live deposit-free. They can pay a traditional deposits electronically. Obligo easily handles move-in payments in both scenarios. With our deposit-free integration, property managers can streamline leasing and accounting operations, boost their bottom line, and power a better rental experience. Properties maintain the same level of protection as a traditional deposit while renters remain accountable. Obligo is also partnered with Wells Fargo Bank and is backstopped by digital letters of credit.
Excellent. And let's hear from Zach.
My name is Zach. I'm head of business development here at LeadSimple. LeadSimple is a fully featured CRM, so customer relationship management software, as well as customizable workflows for your operations to help you automate communication, streamline processes, and nurture your prospects. So there's really infinite workflow automation use cases that can then be powered within LeadSimple. We have content and templates for all of the universal, most commonly used workflows that we've developed with hundreds of property managers across the United States and Canada. But you can customize those to meet your specific needs. So starting with LeadSimple, you're going to start with all of those templates and processes, and we start where you want to start. So we always are about identifying your top process and where you want to make the most business impact, whether that's on the sales side for the CRM, or if you want to automate an operational process, we work with you to build out an action plan and then implement that with your team, train your team. And LeadSimple being 100% focused on property management and real estate allows us to actually do that in a way that other workflow automation solutions that are non-integrated, as well as non-focused on this specific space, do not allow you to do.
Thank you very much. So we can start with a kind of a broad topic here. Traditionally, apps and services have historically been a little bit more siloed, right? So service providers typically want to own their data. They tend to share very little with other companies. Have you noticed a shift in that approach? And if you have, how do you think that's changed?
The democratization of data has obviously changed our world in countless ways. To alleviate a property manager for logging into 40 apps, it's critical to secure data sharing and to take place. As a financial technology company whose mission is to build trust between renters and property owners, customer data security and privacy are our top priorities. For instance, we're SOC 2 compliant, and we built our deposit-free solution to be API first to ensure protection for the property manager and the renter data, which is one of the most important considerations with any integration. We actually aggregate and anonymize our own data, which helps inform our AI machine learning model to better and more quickly qualify residents to live deposit-free. Overall, I think with prop tech companies are popping up everywhere, and they need to build their products in an API first environment. Doing so allows them to integrate better with existing property management software like Buildium, which makes it easier to get buy-in from tech-forward property managers. It simplifies the entire rental lifecycle from start to finish and keeps the data protected.
Yeah, I would tag on to and agree with everything there. It's been very interesting to watch the progression within the industry, and a lot of people look at it holistically, and there's been a decent amount of people that have pointed the finger at, well, why isn't data democratized within particularly the property management space, and why is it so tied down? My reflection on that, looking at it, is prop tech wasn't quite there yet either. Like there's been a massive push of prop tech from, I would say, 2015 on, that have basically a massive amount of investment in creating really great solutions for key problems within the real estate lifecycle. We know that real estate is all about personal relationships and the ability to do that well. So when we think about our solution, personalized automation is what we enable. We're not a fan of automation that is unpersonal, particularly when it's related to one of the most important parts of our lives, which is actually where we live. When we look at that plus data and tech, I really think one of the reasons why we haven't taken in the industry as a whole a platform mindset until recently is because there really weren't as many great solutions out there. Now that's changed, and that's where I think now it makes a lot of sense to go with a platform mindset versus the closed mindset, where you're going to somehow build a product that solves all your expanding user base needs, basically. So that's really the fundamental shift that I've seen happen, is moving from a closed mindset to a platform mindset, which has benefits really for everyone, because once tech is integrated, also it's like once it's integrated and it's there, it helps the platform itself also be sticky as well.
So each of you were actually a part of the initial early access launch for Marketplace and have been a part of Marketplace since the very beginning. So we just wanted to recognize that and thank you for being there from the start. What benefits have you seen so far since becoming a part of Marketplace?
I think the biggest benefit is obviously the simplicity for the property managers, allowing Buildium users to have their entire tech stack under one roof, avoiding those countless logins, as I mentioned before, and eliminating the need for any kind of coding for the integration. I would also say, being part of the beta was a very rewarding experience for us. We had a great time, all the good and bad and the testing and the inevitable bugs that come up and the resolution. So it's really been an incredible experience working with the whole Buildium team on this.
I definitely echo all those things as well. For us, the customer and the customer experience is king. And so what was really exciting for us was being able to have a lot of current clients that were using kind of older ways of integrating. So there were some ways that we had developed that allowed people to integrate, but nothing even close to what the power of the API brings and the opportunity that it brings for additional automation, streamlining of pretty much everything. Setup is now one click versus a pretty cumbersome process. Also, I'll emphasize as well, and I think we'll probably get to it later, but the fact that Buildium's rolled this out for free to all users currently in terms of accessing to marketplace partners like LeadSimple and others is a significant and meaningful thing that you guys made that level of play and investment in allowing people to actually, like we talked about, have access to their data and utilize it effectively. So it's been very impactful for us. A ton of customers, even in the initial wave, that jumped on beta, and we're appreciative to all of them for doing that and working with us on working out some kinks. And we're excited about all the future things that we'll be able to continue to expand. We're definitely, I feel, just getting started with where we want to continue to help clients, and that'll be driven by what mutual clients want and need.
Typically, when you're evaluating an integration partnership, what kind of things are you looking for when you decide on taking on a new partner?
I guess the obvious answer is a good fit, but to kind of elaborate on that, meaning a good fit for the software, right? So there's got to be value for the property managers, I think, first and foremost, and obviously the residents that in our case will be using our system. We also look for a good cultural fit, with our partners, and mutually want to help deliver the best, experience possible. And we really got that vibe, building with the Buildium team. So that was never in question for us. And we look at this as kind of a model for the future as we explore other initiatives through API.
And I would definitely echo the cultural fit as well, and just mutual alignment and creating value. And we found that to be very much the case with Buildium's team. Really enjoyed working with all of you. The vibe has been awesome, been super fun to be on calls and talk about solutions. The development team, the product team, the API experience from a developer perspective has been really good. The developer experience, also your guys' focus on on the seamless activation flow has really stood out as well. So we're not adding a bunch of steps in the activation flow. It's very seamless. It can be customer driven even. So we found that to be definitely a significant part of how we evaluate partnerships. And obviously there's a limited amount of time in life, and it's the best ways to spend that time are working with people that you enjoy too. So there's that angle, as well as helping as many people as possible with the solution that we offer.
Now, on that point, as far as kind of cultural response and all of that, like what has the team thought so far, both for Obligo and for LeadSimple internally? How do people feel about Marketplace so far?
We use Slack. I think a lot of people are familiar. So we have a Buildium Slack channel. So it's really cool every time to see activity as it's happening, whether that's a new property manager signing up or renters signing up for our service. So internally, it's been a lot of fun. Everybody in our company knows who Buildium is. And we get very excited and we should probably start getting a gong or something every time one of those comes in. But yeah, it's created a lot of excitement around the company. It was a big OKR for us, and we're really happy that the beta was successful, and now we're into the full launch, and we get to wake up every morning and see more activity. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, from our team's perspective, internally, specifically, we just enjoyed interacting with every team member over at Buildium, and there's a lot of moving pieces, obviously. So there's a lot of coordination that has to happen, and you guys have overall stayed ahead of it and got things rolling. So that always builds a lot of excitement, because as you have a mutual partnership, there's both sides, and we both have to be on track with all of the steps to make it a success for the client. And it's been really good, and you guys have been super responsive. So from an internal perspective, been very excited and frankly excited for the future of the new platform mindset, I guess is what I'd say, in terms of thinking about how we can create value in a way that's different than was in the past, but actually more similar with, like what we said, it's kind of the way software has always went long term. So excited for that, definitely internally. And then externally with clients, massive response, I would say, in terms of the initial beta being smaller, and there were definitely people that were waiting for this to go live that now are going to hear about it and be excited. But those that chose to jump on and connect and work with us in the beta phase, I only heard good things.
Casey, did you want to also add on the customer side?
One thing I would add is that you can actually see what customers are saying about us. So there is a testimonial page on our marketplace section. I assume on everybody else's as well. So you can actually go in there and see what customers are saying, I think, about any of the vendors in the marketplace.
Now, I know it's pretty early right now for the full marketplace launch. What kind of business impact have you seen from the integration, maybe in the beta phase as well, but since things went fully live?
Yeah, at Obligo, we've already onboarded dozens of property management companies, even during the beta period. So obviously there's a positive impact for us there. We're finding that new renters love having the option to live deposit free and use that otherwise tied up cash to save, invest, pay off their debt, travel, whatever they want to do with that cash. On the property management side, they're seeing the benefit of eliminating the deposit management, and owners are not sacrificing any protection, because they get the same protection that they would have from a traditional cash deposit, except now obviously they don't have to manage the cash. They just get that cash if and when they actually need it.
Yeah, in terms of business impact that we're hearing from our clients specifically, it's around really direct labor efficiency, as well as people have had LeadSimple as a CRM in the past, and not having there be any connection has always been there's a friction point there in terms of using that side of the product that's been there, that has not ever had the opportunity to directly integrate the way we do now. So very excited about that. In terms of business impact, though, it's about saving time and doing valuable relationship-based work versus busy work within the organization. So any tasks that you can streamline any tasks that you can automate, any personalized automated communication that you can eliminate from your team's schedule to let them spend more time building relationships with not only your residents, but also owners and investors. That's where we've seen the greatest amount of impact. So in terms of the one metric that we focused on specifically, it's been helping people improve their direct labor efficiency ratio and helping them use that in a way, whether or not they want to be, 50 doors and just stay there and run a really, really tight, efficient workflow around a smaller set of units, or if they want to run, thousands of units and really expand and grow, you need to have workflow and system to support that and to allow you to have more time. And one of my favorite stories with one of our clients that did go forward with Marketplace was and build out some automations, and particularly around lease renewals. They built out their own custom process all the way from 100 days to 0 days before, and that's communicating with owners and tenants. And he was sitting down with his top 3 investors. This particular client had 750 doors. And so he's meeting with his top 3 investors for dinner. And they all just said, hey, what happened, a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago? Like, what started happening? We started getting like more notifications. It was like, you guys are becoming more communicative as a company. And he just smiled and took credit for it. That, yeah, we made some changes internally. But then he called me up and said, I didn't write any of those emails. I didn't initiate any of it. It was just all personalized automation that they built on LeadSimple. So that's just an anecdote of some of the impact that we've been having. And then from internally, we've been onboarding dozens and dozens of accounts during beta, and excited to help more and more people in the ways that they want. So again, we customize our solution to meet your needs.
I guess all of us have been on other calls together in the past. Has being part of Marketplace given you the opportunity to form some new partnerships with other Marketplace partners?
Yeah, and in fact, we're already collaborating with LeadSimple on conference events and happy hours. And we look forward to collaborating, I think, with more additional Marketplace partners as this network grows and we get to meet in person at events. So yeah, definitely been a fan of
Obligo and a number of other partners, and the latest push of partners as well. Very familiar with most of them, and so we're excited about the opportunities that we've already done in the past, and then expanding those into the future. So it's been definitely beneficial in that regard.
Now, moving forward, where would you like to take this partnership in the future?
The Marketplace is fantastic. It gives renters options. It helps property managers consolidate their tech stack. We're already seeing incredible demand, and there's clearly a product market fit. So as Marketplace continues to grow, we're excited to help more property managers simplify their operations and let residents live deposit free. So this is really for us just the beginning, and there's just a lot of opportunity out there within the Buildium base. Yeah.
Regarding the partnership, definitely expanding the current reach and allowing anyone that's interested in CRM or customized workflow automation with all of our past experience, having done that with hundreds and hundreds of property managers throughout the country. We have starting processes, templates, content. So you're never starting from scratch with any specific thing that you might want to do, but you can also build your own custom stuff as well that we assist with. So excited about continuing to lean into that, continuing to lean into use cases that people are interested in, and expanding content to support them. But I would say also specifically just excited to see this partnership and what you guys are doing at Buildium, along with every Marketplace partner that's involved, changing the industry and allowing the consolidation of software, which I think is going to be a very positive thing. And you guys are on the bleeding edge of that.
Awesome. Well, that feels like a perfect note to end on. Thank you both for your time on this panel discussion. We appreciate all of your insights, your partnership. And to everyone else watching, thank you for joining us. To learn more about Buildium Marketplace and our Marketplace partners, click the link below.